If a planet opposite its sign of domicile is in detriment, then a planet opposite its sign of exaltation is in fall. So just think about that for a moment. So the video before this in the series, we talked about exaltation, where it's sort of a vacation for that planet. It's elite, it's exalted, it's a very easy placement. And so those placements are just naturally easy. They don't really have to work to be strong. They're just already strong and just vibrant and easy to connect with and understand. Now think about exactly opposite that. We have the fall placements. So these are not easy to understand. They are the most challenging. This is not a vacation at all. This is work. We're like doing time here. So these placements are different. They are weirdo placements. They're unique. The con is that, of course, these are very challenging, especially at first. But the plus side is that when you work with these and you give them time, they can be very strong placements. And they can be very valuable and innovative because they are different. They are unique, and they offer energies and themes which are different than the norm. And so there is value in that. Albert Einstein, for instance, has Mercury in Pisces. So you can sort of have genius out of these placements because, again, we're tapping into thoughts and feelings, themes that are different from the norm, that are unique, that we've had to work for. So these are the most challenging placements because they, like the detrimented placements, function in a way which is different than normally expected, and these are the most challenging to understand and embrace. The sun, for instance, is in its fall position in Libra, which in the northern hemisphere is the beginning of the fall season. And this is not a coincidence. This is because fall sort of exemplifies this theme of quote unquote, falling or declining, I guess you could say, declining in strength. The sun starting in Libra is sort of weakened because there is now more darkness than daylight in the northern hemisphere, but there's also still less and less light each day. So not only has the darkness overtaken the light when we enter the sign of Libra, when the sun transits Libra, but also the days are still getting shorter. It's still getting darker. The sun's energy is still declining. So Libra symbolizes the downfall of the sun. And the glyph of Libra actually represents a sunset, and it has connections with the 7th house, which is the area of the sky that the sun transits when it is falling. So this is the downfall of the sun. So how does this translate to natal charts, or how do we use this when we're reading charts? So for people born with the sun in Libra, they may often find it challenging to feel secure with their identities, because remember, sun represents our ego, it's our identity, it's our passion and our pride, and it's who we are on a casual basis with our friends, acquaintances, coworkers, etc. So people with sun in Libra may feel different or left out, and the sense of pride felt by someone with sun in Leo or Aries is replaced by a sort of vague emptiness when the sun is in Libra. The pros of this position is that, like with all fall placements, sun in Libra has more unique perspectives and is more open to ideas that may be thought of as strange or different. So Libra is sort of the classic devil's advocate. They are more willing to kind of be controversial or to be contrary and to go into these kind of different or alternative thoughts. Like they're always thinking about, is it this way or that way? They're always thinking about alternative ideas and concepts. And so they are more open to sort of weird ideas. Yes, they are kind of people pleasers, but then there's that other side as well where they are thinking about, well, what's the opposite of that? They're always thinking about the black and the white, the opposites of everything. And so they do have the people pleasing side, but then they also have that side that is contrary and is open to the weird or unique ideas. So Libras can be, they can be thinkers. They're always thinking about things. They are open to what is weird or different. They feel weird or different themselves. And in addition, fall placements can be thought of as quietly rebellious because they show us alternative ways of doing things. And that's just one example, but the same goes for all these other fall placements as well. So you can kind of look to see what fall placements do you have in your chart and how do you experience that. It represents, or it should represent to you an area of your life that's challenging, But again, the beauty here is that you have a very unique side of yourself if you have a fall placement or multiple fall placements. These are things that are purely yours, and it's something that you've had to work for to sort of gain this kind of unique, innovative strength that only you have. And I can talk about just a couple here. So Venus in Virgo is in fall because it feels like it has to work for things. Venus normally likes to just kind of naturally attract, what it wants. It just radiates beauty effortlessly. But in Virgo, it feels like it has to work for love or for affection or for whatever it wants or desires. And so that is a harder approach. It's a more challenging approach, but there is something beautiful in that sense of responsibility and wanting to work for things. That in itself can be beautiful. You can attract things that way as well. It's just different than what Venus would maybe typically do. Same with Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces it's less structured. So the hard thing that Mercury in Pisces experiences is that at first it can be hard to discern things. It can be hard to be objective. It can be hard to have solid opinions or to form, there's no rigidity with Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces can be gullible. It doesn't really know what to believe. But it's so open to everything, to all information, that it can explore some of these concepts that might be controversial or that other people might just dismiss as fake, when actually there may be something valuable there that Mercury in Pisces may be open to. For instance, a lot of people with Mercury in Pisces are into astrology because they're sort of open to this sort of, idea that may be frowned upon or thought to be untrue by the common populace. So there is value there. Once you work on that placement, there is, great strength there. Again, Albert Einstein has Mercury in Pisces. So that just shows someone who was thinking about things that were controversial or that other people weren't thinking about at the time. He had a whole different outlook or a whole different perspective on things that other people hadn't yet considered. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a general idea of fall placements in the chart. And stick around for part 7, which I'll post tomorrow, I believe. And it'll just be the conclusion of this series, but I will also include a lot of tips and tricks that I've noticed, a lot of patterns I've noticed, and then also just some other concepts related to these that I'd like to put in as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.